Hi guys, and welcome to today's training. Today we're going to talk about the success system, why it's important, and why plugging into this proven 21-year-old system, not the fail system, not the suggest system, but the success system, why plugging into this can change everything in your life and pay you for generations to come. So guys, just getting started, a lot of you might be hearing success system and you might be brand new and say, what is this? What does this even mean? Well guys, the success system is what we use to plug brand new people who are brand new to AdvoCare into AdvoCare, relying on third-party credibility in order to get the information to them from the most reliable source, but also bring in experience, success, credibility, all of that from an outside party. When doing so, you might be brand new just like I was, man. Hadn't lost a pound, hadn't made $1, but I knew my sponsor had helped over 150 people. She was earning $4,000 to $5,000 a month. And no matter what I said, we could say the exact same thing. Coming out of her mouth, it was going to be way more impactful. So I realized I could be spinning my wheels and getting no traction. It didn't matter that I knew all there was to know about the PsyMed board or the endorsers or informed choice. I hadn't lost a pound. I hadn't made $1. I was brand new. Yeah, sure, I knew that this could be done, but I had no proof to back it up. So guys, that's why we rely on our sponsors. A lot of y'all ask, well, I don't even know how to get this going. I don't even know how to present this. Well, first and foremost, if you're running at people with the solution before finding out the problem, you're shooting yourself in the foot right off the bat. Guys, become intentional with your questions. Listen, understand, take it in, and find out heart to heart how you can help someone. If you don't have a heart to help someone and you're just looking to make a buck, I'm going to be up front right now, this is not for you. If you think that, oh man, I just enrolled as a distributor, so-and-so on my team's making XYZ, so I'm going to be making XYZ, know that it takes a certain amount of time and effort put in to get there. Just because you enroll does not mean tomorrow you're going to wake up and see 500, 1,000, 6,000, 15,000, 40,000, whatever it may be in your bank account. However, I want you to know, giving up a little bit now to have everything later is totally worth it. Coming from someone who a year ago was on WIC, food stamps, government assistance, making $1,200 a month for my family, relying on our parents, the government, everyone to raise our kids, I guarantee you, if you put your sponsor to work, if you put people in front of your sponsor will carry you to places you could never have imagined. We plugged people into Sarah, and this is exactly what we would do, man. We would connect with people. We'd find just through different connections that everyone would typically either say, look, I need energy. I'm looking to lose a few pounds. I'm trying to get in better shape. I've been working out, trying to build muscle. You know, right now I'm kind of behind on bills. A little extra money would be great. I'm going on a vacation. Whatever it may be. If you're listening intently, you can discover that, man, we've got the solution to so many problems. However, again, if you're going running throughout the solution before finding out what the problem is, you might not match those things up together properly, but also you may sound like you are really just not caring about the people, but you're just in it for the money. So now what we do, if I'm talking to some brand new person, I'm just making conversation. Typically, those conversations are going to be reciprocal. So how are you doing today? Man, I'm doing wonderful. Day is going great. How are you doing? Everything's always going to come back to you. So I learned from one of the girls on our team. She's a hairdresser, just phenomenal with making conversation. I realized when I got started in this journey, listening was probably my weakest element of being a leader that I needed to work on and really spend a lot of time kind of changing. And I'm still working on that, guys. Know that you will always be growing personally. But when you get uncomfortable, you can really, truly unleash what those deepest potentials are within you and have them realize and manifest it. So it's okay to get a little uncomfortable, guys. For me, just making conversation with strangers was uncomfortable. But I learned from our friend. She was always very intentional with her questions. So I realized if you're intentional with those questions and you are truly listening to what they have to say, a lot of times in those conversations, you're going to hear that people need, again, more energy, need weight loss. They might need to bulk up. They might need some extra money. You don't know what they need until you listen. They're not going to care how much you know until they know how much you care. So if you're not speaking from the heart and if you're not making a true connection, this may sound very superficial. I always like to make the analogy of skipping stones. A lot of y'all can visualize this and think about a day-to-day conversation and wonder, are you just a stone skipper when you're making conversation? So for skipping stones, we toss that stone over across the lake. We might see it bounce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And then what happens? It just sinks. Too often we go through conversations, whether it's with friends, acquaintances, family, whoever, and we're just skipping stones. We go from one topic to the next, to the next, to the next, and it's done. We leave. There's no impact whatsoever in those conversations. So what I learned from my friend, being intentional with those questions, anytime you're in conversation, if you're being intentional while listening, instead of skipping stones, you can camp out on each one of those categories of questions and dig deeper and dig deeper. Over time, you're going to start realizing that you might have so many more connections that you never would have imagined had you just been skipping stones. You might start building relationships. You might start become building friendships that will last you a lifetime that you never expected. So guys, get real with these people. Just make those connections. But again, don't camp out on the information of AdvoCare. Let your sponsor come in. Let your sponsor come in and help with all of that. Help bring all that in. You just be real. If you focus just on intentional questions and making relations, let your sponsor present that information. Well, guys, right here when we see how many every 6 months, how many people every 6 months are we helping? Let's start off at the top. Results. Use products and then share that product. For us guys, we got on products. I lost 12.5 pounds my first month, quit drinking Dr. Peppers all the time, felt better than ever, and Amanda had more energy than she knew what to do with. So right off the bat, we were sharing, man, look, we feel amazing. We also had 10 people who had jumped in on that group challenge because we went straight to the advisor level, got that $3,000 worth of product, got people on products in our first month. Not only had we had great results, but 10 other people did, and our business had been debt-free within that first 24 hours. So guys, we started sharing those products, and so did everyone else. And then that value, guys, bringing in that third-party validation. I cannot speak about how important that was. We had got people on products in the first 24 hours, so naturally, we were full of pride. I will go out and admit that. Full of pride, big old ego. Man, we just got all these people on products. We did this. We know how to do this. We got this. We heard success system. I don't even have time to look at that. Man, I got this. I just sold it. Entering our first full pay period a couple of days later. So a week and a half in, we're sitting at $300. And guys, if you know our story and you know, again, our financial situation, we were not complaining about $300. But watching our friend after 8 months make $4,000 to $5,000 a month, we wanted $4,000 to $5,000 a month. We wanted that money now. We didn't care how much we had to work. We were willing to work for it, but we just expected more money. So look, I called up one of our upline leaders and said, man, look, why is it not moving? And he said, how many people have you connected with your sponsor? Man, you could have heard crickets. It was zero. Week and a half in, we again, full of pride. We got this. We don't, success system, I don't care what that is. We got this. 0 people in front of our sponsor, $300 a week and a half in. You know what I said? Look, all right, I'm brand new at this. I'm going to admit, might have a little pride right now. I'm going to go ahead and try it your way. Let's see what this is about. 6 people on the phone from that Friday till the end of that pay period on Tuesday. 6 people were the very first person. Same girl I talked about earlier who talked about being intentional with your questions and making those relations. She was a hairdresser. One of the upline leaders on our team was a hairdresser. So what did we do? We got them on the call together. We knew right away that would be a perfect fit. They can connect. And then she was going to come and present everything. So again, that third-party credibility was huge. Now, mind you, this girl we had just started building a friendship with. We hadn't had a long established friendship. It was relatively new. However, I remember Amanda going over there and present this to her and the opportunity and just that excitement. Got them on the phone. She went straight to the advisor level. 6 months later, went on to earn an all-expense-paid trip to the Greenbrier Resort. But again, that third-party credibility was huge. Right after that, we said, man, I got 5 more people I could put you on the phone with. So 6 people from to the close of that pay period resulted in $650 coming in to our bank account extra. So $300 a week and a half, working ourselves, spinning tires, trying to do all this, burning ourselves out, running people away. Then we got intentional. We just shared that 30-second story, and we made that connection. We let them go share everything when we knew, hey, look, I can go share all this information with you. But we finally understood the impact of getting a sponsor or a leader on the phone with them and letting them present it. Because what happened, now that they were brought in the right way, they were ready to duplicate it the right way. So guys, that third-party credibility is monumental. Now, more importantly, just like I said, she went straight to that advisor level. So let's talk about that for a quick second. Getting to advisor is where it all begins. If you're not at that advisor level yet, you need to get there ASAP. It's not where the race ends, guys. It is where the starting line of your journey. Not only will you be getting the top discount of 40% off for life, you open up 5 ways of being paid. So guys, from there, vision. Spark equals hope and dreams. They say dream again. At first it sounded so cliche, man. All of our dreams had continuously been buried in the back of our mind because every single day we were reminded we couldn't even keep up with yesterday's bills. How were we supposed to dream? We couldn't keep up with our bills. We couldn't feed our babies. The government was feeding our babies. Our parents were putting diapers on our kids. We had no control of our lives. So how were we supposed to dream? Then we saw Sarah. We watched her from the sidelines for 8 months, guys. We didn't just jump in and say, we're all in, let's do this. But we watched her in doubt. Let's see if this is going to work. Let's see if she can do this. Let's see if these products are going to work. What happened? She went on to help 150 people, change their lives, and as a direct result was earning $4,000 to $5,000 a month, which again was a direct reflection of how many people she was helping. What did our lives look like in that 8 months? Nothing had changed. That same $1,200 was still coming in, and we were still short on bills, and we were still relying on family. Man, it was rough. All we had was this tax return that came in. I think it was about $3,700. Paid off some bills at the time, had a little bit left over, and we took the biggest leap of faith. But looking back, it really wasn't a leap of faith because this was 100% risk-free. But we went straight to that advisor level. We had belief that if Sarah could do this, we can do this. And if Sarah can earn $4,000 to $5,000 a month, we could at least earn $400 or $500 getting started. So guys, we just talked to Sarah a little bit and connected. And what did she do? She connected us with her leaders. She brought in that third-party credibility. I remember that Friday night still, 45-minute conversation with our now diamond leaders. And man, at the time, he was making $15,000 to $20,000 a month. And you know what I thought instantly? Man, this guy, this can't be real. The money can't be real. I've never seen someone make that kind of money who actually cares about people, who's wanting to help people get on their level. But you know what? 45 minutes on a Friday night answered every question I had. But more importantly, he painted a vision of what my life could be like if I gave 5 to 10 hours a week of concentrated effort and promised to just really employ myself. He explained residual income, that plan B income, man. It's bringing in any kind of money from an extra source, bringing that in. Think about filling up a pool. If I got one hose pipe and that hose pipe gets run over, no more water's flowing in. That water's going to evaporate. But if I got multiple hoses in that pool's going to fill up a whole lot quicker. Let's say one of those hoses gets ran over. That's okay. I still have other hoses filling up that pool. Same thing with your bank account, guys. Never thought about a plan B. I was $1,200 a month and thinking that was the cap, thinking that was it, never stopping to think I can bring in some other source of income. AdvoCare doesn't have to be bringing in $20,000 a month for you. If $200 is all you need to offset some of those financial issues, $200 can be achieved. If you want $2,000, let's go to work. If you want $20,000, let's go to work. However far you want to take this and however fast you want to take this, your sponsor and your leaders are willing to help go there. We're willing to match your efforts. But no, guys, this all starts off with making a splash, getting out there. If you want your level and pins to rise, you got to rise up to the game, man. You got to step up. If you truly want this, realize this is going to take a little effort. But however, speaking to you a year later, going from zero to $15,000 a month, fully retired, full-time parent's life completely changed because of this awesome opportunity, that those hours that you give up are worth it. Because you're not giving them up. You're investing in a greater future that offers unlimited possibility with what you can do in life. So guys, I just ask you to stop for a moment and think, where do you want to be? What do you want to do? How far do you want to go? Because you can go there. You can achieve it. If you're willing to work, we're willing to match those efforts and show you the way. And guys, this success system, again, is not called the fail system, and it's not called the suggest system. It is as simple as plugging in and letting it work for you. So now, guys, training. Moving on to training. Champions are always learning and growing. We didn't wait to find out when the next webinar was or when the next XYZ was happening. If we wanted a mixer to happen, we had one mixer where our leaders came and did it for us. After that, we said, all right, we got this. We're going to try. They weren't that great, but they got better. How do we get better at them? We watch the trainings. There's so many training resources out there. TeamNolaCare.com has great trainings. AdvoCareTraining.com has amazing resources. Your microsite has a training room that's going to break down products, getting started, everything you need to know. There are so many resources at your fingertips. Don't wait for someone to go and plug you in. You plug in. If you want to make some money, if you want to change some lives, get to work. Step up and find your purpose. Find what's going to drive you. Find what's going to get you through those no's. Because guys, most time no's just mean not now. But all of this goes back to changing lives. And to be the most effective at truly changing lives, you are constantly going to be growing. Constantly going to be working on yourself as a leader and just as a person in general. I look back at this past year at the growth we've experienced, and it is mind-blowing. Never once have we thought of ourselves as leaders. I was a leader in the classroom, but not a leader in my household. We were all just followers of the little small bills coming in that all added up to big bills that we couldn't afford. We were a follower to this path that was led before, that we were kind of paving for ourselves by just kind of succumbing to our circumstances. When we stopped and said, no more, we're ready to change, we realized we had to grow. Nothing in life was going to change unless we changed. So guys, it's all about training and personal growth and letting that unfold. But the best part about this is that growth will transform every aspect of your life. Now, finally, guys, I want to move on to the final part of the success system, and that's success school. Getting people to success school is so important. 90% of all the income paid out through AdvoCare goes out to those people who attend success school every time. The ones who are always plugging in. This is the most major event that you can go to with AdvoCare. So guys, if you're wondering what that is, get on the phone with your sponsor today. We can talk more about it and share more of why we love this. But that will not only inform you, it will fire you up and paint a vision like no other, and it'll call you to action. It doesn't matter how much you learn. If you're not putting it in action, all that potential will never be realized and manifested. So guys, I want to close it out at this 20-minute mark. And again, look at that center picture. How many every 6 months? Almost halfway through this year. Stop and think. The last 6 months of this year, as we go on to be a billion-dollar industry, how many people are you going to help? How many people are you going to say, I've got your back, let's do this, let's rock and roll? And guys, it all starts again with the success system. Now guys, go out, employ your sponsor, change your life, and change the lives of everyone in your community. Let's go.